Chapter 6. An Adventure. The following day, Harry promised to take Alfie and Lizzie for a picnic at the willow tree. The children couldn't believe that their father had met a real girl and made friends with her no less. They begged Harry to take them to meet her. It was a beautiful day for a family outing. Harry loved his lonely whistle wanders, but today he would enjoy having Katy and his children by his side as they set off down the stream. "There's nothing better than family activity," Harry said. Alfie ran off ahead, wanted to be the first to find the girl. Katy called him back and thought she should sit the little ones down for a quick chat. "Look, I know we are all very excited, but you need to be careful. Let Daddy go first. You see, not all people are friendly. If you just run up to one of the bad ones, it could be very dangerous, and we wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you, sweetie." "Your mummy is right, my two little ones. I was very careful and watched and waited for the long time before I approached the girl yesterday. You must treat all strangers with caution, whether they are animal, bird, or person," said Harry, using his serious dad voice. "Any strangers equal danger," Katy agreed. Stranger danger," rhymed Alfie, giggling. But for all his bravado, he slipped his paw into Katy's and held her hand tightly. He knew when Daddy used that voice, he was serious. Harry scampered on ahead and ducked under the leafy branches of the willow. The tree hung so low that the willow leaves brushed the tips of the long grass. Underneath was a green, leafy cave of shade that swayed with the morning breeze. It was the perfect spot for a picnic. Harry could see why the little girl had chosen this place to read her book. Harry stopped and sniffed the air. "Can you imagine a more perfect place for a picnic?" he said. The rest of the family smiled. As he looked under the willow, Harry was both disappointed and confused. The little girl wasn't there, but old Froggy was, and he was not happy. Harry waved to Katy and the kids so it was safe to come out, then turned to Mr. Frog. "Hey, Froggy, what's wrong? You look so glum." "Look," said Mr. Frog, stepping aside to reveal a pile of litter. "It's back. After all our hard work yesterday, it's back. I'd planned to go fishing, but I didn't plan on fishing bottles and packets out of the stream. We can't spend forever clearing out our lovely home. Because we did such a good job yesterday, it's not as bad. But we can't go on like this, Harry." "Oh no," said Harry, shaking his head in dismay. "I just don't know how to stop it." Katy joined the pair and was soon staring at the pile of litter and shaking in her head. "Okay, we need to tidy up all this litter that was already there, but we need to find the source of the problem. The litter flows down the stream, so we must go upstream to find where it's coming from," she said. "Katy Mouse, you are a genius," said old Froggy, hopping up and down in excitement. Lizzie and Alfie were disappointed they couldn't meet the little girl, but they were soon in good spirits again. Harry and Katy explained the new plan. They were going on an adventure upstream. Lizzie and Alfie would be explorers. So Harry, Katy, the children, and old Froggy set off. Harry nipped back into the house as they reached the little bridge, and came out with a pack full of food. He handed a hazelnut to each of the little ones to munch on as they walked. They would still have their picnic, but they would have to walk with purpose to do so. Harry gave Alfie and Lizzie a challenge to keep them occupied as they walked. Alfie was to spot bottles, and Lizzie was to spot packets. The little ones immediately took up the challenge and scampered on ahead. It would give Harry a moment to chat with Katy and Mr. Frog. What will we do when we find the source of the litter problem? It comes from people, and 2 mice and a frog are no match for those giant people. Mr. Frog nodded, and Katy patted her husband on the shoulder. Don't worry about these things we know nothing about. When we find the source of the problem, we will discuss what we'll do then. If we need to, we will call a meeting for all of the Ridgeway Furrow creatures. I have faith that we can sort this problem out once and for all. Just remember, Harry, no amount of worrying will solve anything. As ever, you are right, my dear, agreed Harry. Let's just enjoy this walk for now. It was a glorious day for a walk. The sun lazily peeped from behind candy-floss clouds, warming their backs as they walked. The family territory of Ridgeway Furrow gave way to unfamiliar grounds as the stream wound its way towards the village. The trees on the edge grew sparse, giving the explorers a clear view of the village beyond. The light hit the red and grey roofs of the buildings in the village. At the far right of the field, grey stone cottages dotted across the horizon, and the mice could hear rumbles in the distance. Harry explained to Mr. Frog that they were cars. Noisy things that growled and transported people from one place to the other. The road is one place that no animal in Ridgeway Furrow should ever visit, said Harry. Froggy and Katy knew that Harry was thinking back to his time in the town, and they weren't surprised to see a small tear in the corner of Harry's eye. None of the animals wanted to ask Harry why he was sad. They didn't want to upset him even more than he was, but Harry had obviously had bad experiences with roads. Alfie and Lizzie came running back, breaking the silence. Quick! Quick! We found it! We found the litter! Alfie shouted excitedly. I was counting packs, but there were too many to count. There's a mountain of litter, and strangers, Lizzie added, with her eyes wide with worry. Strangers? Said Harry. Right. You lot stay here. I'll creep ahead to check it out.